Okay, I am back. It's not a Thursday today, I believe. It's Wednesday, but we're just gonna do it anyway. So my cat is gonna be meowing. I've already fed her. I've already given her water. She's already went to the bathroom. She's just looking for some. I brushed her. She's had attention. She just wants to create some drama. But so you might have to put up with that. But anyway, here we are. I'm just. It's Wednesday or Thursday. It's one of those days. And there's a reset. So I'm going to go down and see what's. This is supposed to be like a new event that we've been waiting for. It's some kind of new event. Let's see, check on the map. Where the hell is it? Let's see. Is it here? Is it this thing? Okay, well we're gonna fly down and check out this thing. Da, 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 da. Oh, am I? Whoops! I'm going in the wrong place. There. I need this one. This is the place I need to go. All right. Let's just fly over here and see what's happening. All right. I can go over all my add-ons and stuff in another video. But for now, these things are going to keep popping up over here because there's just... I have my rare finder on. See, there's my Bubba. Bubba, no. Bubba Hotep, please. Her name is Princess Fluff, but we mostly call her the Floofin because she's so freaking dramatic. And I call her Bubba sometimes because Bubba Hotep was a fictional mummy that stole people's souls, and she's always trying to steal people's souls and my food. Bubba, please get control of your emotions. All right, here we go. This is the new event. That's why everybody's here. Let's find out what's happening. I have no idea what this is. Let's find out what it is. Okay. Bubba, please. Okay, I'm going to try to bring this over so you can see what it is. These are all the new things. Okay, well, I'm just going to accept all these and then figure it out as I go along. I like that they're going to give us these things, although that's the shittiest one, but I wish they'd give us the good ones. But Bubba, I know. You've already been fed. Bubba, please. You're embarrassing yourself. All right. What the hell is this? Woohoo. Okay. Bubba, please. Alright, this is the stuff we can buy. Look at this. I'm always looking for mounts. So let's check out the... Oh. Hello. Yeah. I want that mount. That's the thing I always want the most is the mounts. So this looks pretty good. I like it. Let's do it. What am I doing over here? Well, these are just different invasion points. Okay, I don't think I need these guys. Alright, let's look at the map. I'm going to go start thwarting these guys. Guess I'm just going to be thwarting guys all day. I still have some poison, so I'm good to go. Am I doing this? No, I don't. I don't have my... I need to do these Sparks of War, but I don't know where. So I'm not going to deal with it right now. Alright, I don't even know what this is. I'm just going to go over here and start doing whatever the fuck this is. Repelling some forces here. Let's just start repelling some forces. Hey. Okay. Look at these guys. This is the best part about being a rogue. I kind of like just sneaking around and grabbing stuff. Sneaking around is the funnest part of being a rogue. Trying not to get caught. Reminds me of when I was a kid and I used to take food from the... When I was a kid, I used to... when my parents went grocery shopping, my mother went grocery shopping, I used to wait until nighttime. And when everyone was asleep, I would sneak downstairs and get little piles of food. Because, to be honest, we did not get fed enough. Like, I grew up pretty poor or whatever. And so I used to get up and sneak a little bit of food because I had brothers and sisters that would take all the food because they were bigger than me. So I wanted to live. So I used to get up in the middle of the night, and I was very good at sneaking around and getting just tiny little, like, so that no one would notice that it's gone. Small little amounts of food and toilet paper, which was like gold in our house. This is way before COVID. But when you grow up poor, toilet paper is a big thing. And so I used to get like one roll for myself and some food and just like squirrel it away, right? And this is why I grew up lactose intolerant, because my brothers used to always take all the milk. Like, as soon as my mother would get home, they would just start drinking all the milk. And then, like, the next day, after grocery day, we'd wake up and there'd be no freaking milk. It would all be gone. So we'd have cereal with no milk because my brothers would drink it all. So anyway, I would take some food for myself so I wouldn't die. And one night I was sneaking and I saw my older brother also sneaking. He was also putting food aside. And we were like, listen, we can tell on each other or we can just like keep sneaking and not let anyone know. And then my younger brother tried to get up and sneak food because he heard my other brother. And so he was like, I'm going to do the same thing. So he got up and he started sneaking food. But he got caught the first friggin' night and ruined it for everybody because he got caught. Because he was so friggin' loud and he was not a stealther. And I was always like, you need to learn to stealth. You need to learn to be quiet when you're sneaking around. You ruin it for everybody. And then my mother said, no one's sneaking any more food. So we had to stop. But whenever I'm a rogue, I just love sneaking. I think it's just from my childhood of like trying to get food. But then I just ended up getting a job. I had my first job at 12. So after the age of 12, I could buy my own food. All right. I don't even know if we need this shit. I worked full time all through high school. So that's how I survived. Now, here we go. I did manage to get my last conquest ring. So I'm happy I got all conquest now. Which is fucked up because I should be wearing my other... Listen, this is going to be a running gag, okay? A running theme. Because I don't plan very well. I don't have my stuff on. Do I have it on? Am I wearing my stuff for the first time ever? Yeah, I am. Okay, scratch all that. I'm actually wearing my... No, not this. Okay, I was overconfident. Yeah. Oh, I guess it's the same. It's pretty good. For the first time ever. I'm wearing the right stuff. Ooh, a key. I needed that. Alright, let's do this. I'm so proud of myself for wearing the right armor at the right time. And I did not fucking stealth. But anyway. Alright, guys, we're gonna have to friggin'... You're gonna have to die faster because I don't think I have... I think I underestimated... Nope, I got this. Okay, good. I wasn't sure how high their health was going to be because it's a new event, so I thought maybe they would up the health, but they didn't. Okay, so we're at 22% already. Ooh, all right, that's fun. I don't want to take out this mother and all of her babies, but they are spiders, so it's a moral dilemma. And being a rogue is fun, but it has its challenges because I leveled up with my daughter, who's a hunter, and she always had pets to tank for her, and she would always go in there and be like, "Why are you dying? Why are you dying?" because rogues don't have any heals. They finally got this one stupid piece of shit heal, which is not even 10%. It's a really crappy heal. But rogues don't, and that's why I have buy these stupid potions all the time. Rogues don't really have a good heal. And they don't have a good shield. They don't have any shield. So they die constantly. And we're wearing leather, so we don't have any armor. So we constantly die. And that's why we have to sneak around. But she was a hunter, so she was constantly just kicking ass all over the place. And she'd run in and just start attacking everything with her scatter shot. She would attack everything within eyesight. And then I'd be over here like trying to stun one little asshole. So I felt like rogues were really underpowered, and I had a pally that I had a lot of fun with. But I always missed my rogue, and I hated tanking. So I would level up with my pally, and then I would do PvP with my rogue. And I've tried a lot of other classes, and there's fun things about all of them, but I just love sneaking around. Because I feel like I can bypass a lot of the boring parts of questing. But the downside is I can be killed super easily. So whenever you have to fight like a boss or something like that, I'm at a severe disadvantage. Alright, we're done another one. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Oh my gosh, my pack is so freaking full. A radiant buckle. That's a piece of shit buckle. Look at it. It's not radiant. This one's radiant. This is supposed to be radiant. And it's garbage. Oh, this is a new one? That's the least radiant buckle I've ever seen in my life. It's not even buckled properly. It's a piece of shit. Ugh. That thing is, I resent even getting this. I'd rather have gotten nothing than getting this buckle. It's really underwhelming. Okay, moving on. Let's go over here. We got another one of these. It feels like what they did was they just were like, okay, these areas, these guys are not getting attacked. No one's over here. No one's visiting these areas. So how about we just give extra points for attacking these things that already exist? But unfortunately, the stuff that we're getting from these guys is low-level crap. So I'd prefer to get the weathered whatevers or the you know what I'm talking about. These things. The crests. Just give us some crests. That's all I'm asking. Fluffy, I have a habit of sleeping with a machete in my bed, which is neither here nor there, but I have a machete under my pillow, and Fluffy thinks that it's a snake. And so I try to hide the machete so she doesn't see it, but she's convinced that there's a snake in my bed, so when I go to bed, she freaks out. And I've tried taking the machete out and hiding it under the bed or in a drawer or whatever. And even when the machete's not there, she still thinks it's there. So, like, I took the machete out for like a month or so, and she still thought it was there. So she just doesn't. Whenever I go to bed, she meows and meows and meows because she wants me to get out of the bed. And then when she finally accepts that I'm going to sleep, she will jump on my back and sit there guarding me all night from the snake, which is very sweet. She's a very loving cat, but she hates when I go to bed because she thinks I'm going to get attacked by the snake. And I don't. So it's been years, but she hasn't accepted the fact that the snake is not going to bite me. All right, so we're done that. The Emperor rewards the faithful. And what the fuck? Where am I turning this in? Up top, okay. Gosh, they could just let me turn it in down there. Why can't I turn it in where I was? Like, there's all these guys in the bushes. One of those guys could have been like, psst, hey, turn in your quest here. And I'll be like, okay, thanks, buddy. But instead, they're like, go back. You go back to town. Oh, this nothing unnerves me more than this. Okay, this is gonna be my rant for the day. Other than the fashion sense, they're like, oh, it's purple. Come here, it's a treasure, and you're like, oh, treasure, it's purple, and it's just like, read this book. No, no, I'm not reading the book. I didn't come here to read, and I like reading. I read at work, I read at home, and I write too. I'm a writer, but I don't fucking want to read when I'm playing a game. Sorry, I just don't. It's not my reading time. Everything has to have its time. This I got it's pretty easy, but I got trapped doing this for like 2 freaking hours the other day, so I'm not going near it right now. Going back to boot camp. Let's see what's waiting for us now that we're done these 3 quests. I was hoping there was going to be something new and exciting, but I hope it's not going to be one of those things where it's just like, okay, here's a place to do daily quests. Like, the Undermine was new and exciting, but it's also, to me, very aesthetically unpleasing because I lived in LA for a while and it just reminds me of being in LA. Which is not California. Like, I liked where I was and everything, but it's very like cramped and garbagey like that. Like, I'm trying not to be offensive. There's nice people there. I had a lot of nice neighbors. There's a lot of beautiful like green grassy areas, but there's also a lot of cramped, like, I'm not rich or anything. I don't own a house in LA, so I was like living in an apartment complex. So everything in my particular area, the poor area, everything was cramped and garbagey. And that's when I moved back to Canada from LA, and then as soon as I moved here, I started playing WoW again, and we were like, let's go in the Undermine. And I was like, oh, I'm back in LA. So, and my kids loved it because they missed LA. So they were like, oh, we love the Undermine. And I was like, cramped and garbage. Back in LA. Like I said, I lived there for a very long time. So I have nothing against LA or people who live there. Like, I still feel LA pride. But you have to admit, it's cramped and garbagey when you're poor. There's no, you're not sitting on the beach in Malibu when you're poor. You're not like, you're nowhere near a beach. Okay. That's why whenever the fires happen and people used to, like, we had like 3,000 fires per year practically. And my relatives would always be like, oh, are you okay? Are you safe? There's fires. And I'd be like, listen, the poor people are in the middle of the city. We're nowhere near like any greenery. Nothing's going to catch on fire. I worked near Altadena, so that was like an upper middle class area, which I didn't live there, obviously, but I worked there. And so our school, like, this is much after I left there, but I think the school got on fire or something. And a lot of the parents were like, upper middle class were like, they might have been affected. But the really poor people who live in town, so they're not anywhere near a fire because they're like, not 100%, of course, but 99% of the poor people live in the middle of the city where there is nothing to catch on fire. Like, nothing green at all. Last time we were here, it was, I didn't know what was happening. And it said that the thing was starting it. The final battle has begun. Finally. Last time it just said 0000 and nothing was happening. Usually 000 means it's happening now. And it wasn't happening now. It was just a bunch of people standing around with their dicks in their hands, Sorry about that expression. For those of you who are curious about me at all, I'll probably put another video out about why I'm like this. But in the meantime, I don't know what the fuck's happening. If this is a free-for-all, I'm not doing it. Because I'm a fucking rogue. But anyway. What the hell are we waiting for? Everyone's just standing around. What are we waiting for? It doesn't even say in the comments what we're waiting for. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I don't know what the fuck. Okay, well, this is exactly what we did last time. It doesn't say what we're waiting for, so we're just kind of like standing around. And it says the champion must be slain. So I'm assuming that he comes up and then people kill him in like 1 second. No idea. Anyway, fuck this and fuck all y'all. Today, I think what we're going to do is it's sad because this is like Wednesday. We should be doing tons of new stuff. But there isn't anything apparently. Like, nothing's going on here. Nothing is happening. Like, there's no guy that we're supposed to be fighting. I think it's glitched. So, I don't know. I'm going to go on a delve. And that is very sad. Because what the hell? I'm going to go into town and sell some stuff. This, I don't know what's happening. Is it a fight? Are we doing Horde against Alliance? Or are we just going to fight somebody? What are we doing? I don't know what we're doing. Let's just find out what we're doing. Okay, so the reward for that was shit. So I don't know what we're doing. Again, a bunch of people standing around with their dicks in their hands. Like, that's all we're doing here. It's a different location, though. It says we're supposed to kill... Is it just these guys that we're supposed to kill? I mean, come on. Yeah, these are the guys. I thought it was like one... I thought it was going to be one big boss. But I guess it's just these random guys. I'm at 2%. Ants make me feel so sad. They're always in my face, in my place, in my heart and my soul. Ants are just a bunch of fucking assholes living in my apartment. Occasionally I'll just have an ant crawl up my arm, and it's extremely unnerving for somebody who has a phobia of ants. Okay, if you want to know why I have the phobia of ants, it's because when I was a kid, I had a bunch of ants. Like, there's a lot of really big ant nests in the forest behind my house. And they were red and black ants, so they were extremely painful, and we had to just try to stay away from them. But these ants would make these giant nests, and the nests were about 3 feet high. Really big nests, like the size of me when I was a kid. And my brother used to take a stick and put it in the ant nest and fling the ants all over the place. And if they landed on you, it really hurt. And one day when he was doing this, well, first of all, my babysitter was watching a movie, and I snuck down the stairs because, as you know, I was a rogue, so I used to sneak out of bed at night and just go on these adventures. I had insomnia, so I used to sneak around the house at night, and my babysitter was watching a movie about these ants that took over a town, and they killed everybody except for this one couple that they kept to represent the human race. And they decided that they were going to keep this one couple, but they were going to keep them underground, and so they dragged the couple underground, and they kept them as like pets or whatever. So anyway, I saw this horror movie, and I was freaked out because I already was scared of ants to begin with. And then about 2 days later, I was in the forest with my brother, and he started fucking with the ants. And he was putting the stick in the ant nest, and he didn't know that they were also crawling up his leg at the same time. So he was playing with the ant nest, and then later on, he started feeling the pain, and he looked down, and he was covered in ants. His legs were covered in ants, but he didn't realize because he was too busy, like he was wearing pants. And then he looked down, and he was covered in ants, and the ants started biting him. And I thought the ants were going to kill him like they had killed everybody in the movie. So I went running. He started screaming, and I ran back to my father, and I was screaming my head off and saying, the ants are killing my brother, you know. And my brother came running home with ants all over him, and my father just dunked him in the tub and started screaming at everybody and yelling at everybody about the fact that he was trying to sleep and he didn't need this kind of drama. And my brother was, he was covered in ant bites, but at the same time, like he lived in everything because it was just ant bites. But I thought they were going to drag him into the ground, like the movie. So I've hated ants ever since. Really, really, really hate ants, like a lot. I don't even really. I mean, I hate them, but I feel sorry for them. Like I believe in living and let live, but I don't like them being in my apartment and on my desk, you know? Like, I realized they were living here before I got here, but still, that doesn't mean I want ants on my arms, crawling on my arms, when I have, like, so much drama and so much trauma about ants. It's like the last thing I need. And, I have to deal with them every fucking day. No matter how many times I've bought different poisons and put it out, and no matter how many times. And I feel guilty every time because I don't want to hurt the ants. I just want them to leave. And they want me to leave. So it's a standoff. And neither of us can. Like, they have, it's not like they can just pick up and go to, you know, like another province or something. And I can't leave because I can't. So we're just stuck in a stalemate. And the ants are winning so far. I've tried different poisons, and I've tried vacuuming them and repositioning them. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to live the best I can, and then one day when I move out, I'm going to collect all the ants in a box and give it to my landlady because she doesn't believe that it's a problem. And it's definitely a problem. And I'll probably just put them in a box and leave them on her doorstep. And she'll open it and see the ants and realize, oh shit, that's quite a lot of ants, you know? When she sent a guy to kill the ants, she said to the guy, so is it a problem? And he said, oh yeah, it's the worst case I've ever seen. And from then on, she believed me, but no matter how many times they come, the ants are still going to be here. They're not going anywhere. They just refuse to leave. And they won't pay rent either. They're going to stay, but they're not going to pay anything, which I don't think is fair. All right, we're at 59%. I will try to hold my trauma dumping to like once per episode. 60%. We're going to get this little tiny fucking box. I don't know what's in it, but it better be something good. And I really have zero confidence in it being anything other than just crap. I'm not in any way excited. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be some low-level crap. All right. We're at 95, people. We're getting there. This is like a very slow, very boring quest. Okay, that's so far. It's a boring quest. I don't know if it's going to end up being good later. I'm trying to withhold my judgment. Okay? I'm trying to, like, be positive. I'm thinking that maybe later on it'll mean something. For now, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, boy. You know what? The spawn time is not too bad now because I feel like I'm just running down the hill and then running back up the hill. It's not too bad. Okay, this guy, you're going to be my last. You and me, buddy, you and me. It's destiny. All right. Oh my goodness, it wasn't finished. Okay, that's it. I'm at 100%. Now what? What do I do now? It says the champion slain. The champion. The champion. Oh, fuck. Where's the champion? Is this the champion? No. Where is the champion? What the fuck? This is just like yesterday. Where's the champion? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is so Blizzard. Nightfall event not working at all. Heyo. Terrible event that exposes the game's flaws. Too many people and nothing completes. Kill the champion, no credit is given. The boss didn't work. Yep. The boss isn't spawning. So that's typical. Unless you need champion gear, the event is pointless. I don't need champion gear. I'm onto like heroic gear. Got a champion. All right. Well. Okay. Well, let's go back to the fun. So there's no champion. So I did get a piece of champion gear or veteran gear, but they are too low for me. And let's see what we got as far as currency. We got a couple of these, and I think that's it. We might have got some of these. We got weathered crests, which is the worst crest you can get. They are the shit ones. So we didn't get, even though it's a new patch, we didn't get higher grade stuff. It's the same garbage as before, and it's bugged. So, I'm not going to bag on Blizzard because I can't make these games. But I also don't get paid a subscription by millions of people. And I also don't sell millions of games at $80 each. So, let me just say that as far as I'm concerned, there's not enough of these guys to kill. It takes 15 minutes. And in that 15 minutes, the reward is old stuff that we can get from any quests. And it's bugged. So that's what I think about whatever the hell this is called, Nightfall. It's in the daytime, first of all. So what the hell is that about? It's in the daytime, and it's bugged. And that was very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. Okay? I would like to get this reward, but I'm going to have to come back tomorrow and see if it's still bugged. Because for right now, there's no commanders, there's no champions. It's fully bugged. There's no champion here. I've got 100%, and there's no champion. Okay? There's no champion here. There's too many people. It's just bugged. And the rewards were total shit. I expected to try to get, like, you see how these things, the currency, These are the shittiest ones, okay? And that's what I got. I got a couple of these. They could have at least moved it up a couple notches because of the fact that it's so late in the progression of War Within. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been doing War Within for a long time, so they really should have upped the game. They should have upped the ante for as far as prizes go. They should have at least, at the very least, moved up to the next level of crests. But I would have moved up to the highest level of crests because it's only a matter of time before we move on to the next expansion. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so as far as how I feel about this, I would say not great. It's okay. It's like I get we're killing guys. Maybe they'll fix it later, but for now, it is a disappointment to say the least. And we never got to finish it because the champions never showed up. For the delve, I got disconnected and I never got to finish. And now I'm just sitting here. Anyway, take care. And this has been a very, very frustrating situation, but there's always tomorrow to start fresh on a new day. All right, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.